Hey, you guys. Happy 4th of July. 250 years of independence, I guess. Doing my delivery today and picked up an order. And of course, when I get down to the area where I have to drop it off, there's a bunch of blockages on the roads, and I was going to text the customer, and the customer called me and clearly had been drinking. And I explained the situation, and he goes, oh, I was hoping, I was just making sure you'll be able to make it because of all the road closures and stuff. I said, well, I haven't really seen any road closures yet. I'm still in line trying to get over. I've got about 8 or 10 cars ahead of me. So I'll let you know when I get there. So come to find out, when I got to a place where I could see what was going on, I could see that all the roads were closed. And I call him, or actually a girl picked up, and she was not understanding, and I told her I'm trying to deliver an order, and then he picks up the phone, and then he's getting a little bit irate with me. I was just explaining this, and I said, well, I'm going to go down this way, and then can you maybe meet me over here? Since the roads are closed, maybe I can even meet you, and I can give it to you over the wall. And he was like, well, why don't you just come down to the shopping, or the little shopping center. I said, I can do that. I'll have to see if I can get in there because it was completely full with cars. And as he's hanging up the phone, he calls me a bitch. And I'm like, gosh, that wasn't very nice. I'm trying to get his food, and there's tons of chaos and traffic, and 20 cars with sirens going off, going in 2 different directions. All of them go into a hospital, and then they all do a parade down into the Balboa area. And it's just chaotic. But I'm still there trying to provide a service. So I called him back, and I let him know that I was coming up on or did he call me back? I think I called him, because I remember the call saying that it was being recorded. And he was asking where I was, what kind of car I had, and of course my car is listed on the app, so I don't know why he was asking that. Well, I guess he had been drinking or whatever. So I see him on the corner, and I said, are you the guy on the phone on the corner? I said, he's like, yes. I said, okay. And I ended up stopping in traffic, and he came out to the window of the car to get the food. And I was struggling with unzipping the bag because I was trying to hurry, and I had let him know, it wasn't very nice that you called me a name. I'm just trying to help get the food to you and stuff. He goes, well, you shouldn't have picked up an order if you knew you couldn't get there. And in my mind, I'm thinking, well, I didn't know that I couldn't get there. I'm not from the area. I certainly didn't know it was blocked. I mean, he knew it was blocked. The thing that made it so weird is that when I picked up the food, the guy at the restaurant was texting before he even came to give me the food, and it had been sitting there waiting. So I don't know what he was doing, but the whole thing just seemed kind of odd, chaotic. And the question is, since this is a question channel, it's like, why are you being rude? Hi. Why are you being so rude to someone who's just trying to get you your food and just trying to provide a service? And why are you being rude? And I mean, even when you've been drinking, you shouldn't be disrespectful to people. It's just not cool. So needless to say, I picked up only one more order after that. I called customer service to make them aware of the situation, but they didn't really respond. So I'm calling it a night. And just my question is, why do people feel it's okay to be disrespectful to others? It's not kind, it's not okay. And I mean, I would like to say a smart ASS comment like your mother or your parents should be so proud, but you never know who their parents are, you know what I mean? But I did have my channel going, singing nice positive music, and there's that. So it just goes to show that you should be kind always, because literally I was just trying to get him his food, and I'm a nice person to even stick it through, because I could have called customer service and said there's no way down there, and they would have just let me have all of his food. So just saying. With that being said, more sirens are on the road. There's just sirens everywhere. You guys be careful if you're out and about. Take care. Make it a great day. Bye. I don't know why it's not ending, folks. That's weird, right? The phone's not letting me end. Should we just chat it up then? Seems kind of weird that it's not letting me end the live. You gotta love it. I guess I'll just let it play. Who's to say what it will capture? Hi, can I get a red burrito with sour cream, please? That's it. Thank you. Isn't it interesting that the phone wouldn't let me turn off the live? I find it interesting. There's tons of sirens everywhere. Yeah, it's not letting me end it.
For you over sour cream?
Yes,
333.
Thank you.
Yeah. You like any hot sauce?
The black one, please.
Black one? There you go.
Thank you. Have a good night. Since the phone won't let me turn off the live, there was another situation that had happened earlier. It was an order. It was a double order. It would have been like $45 of a fare. And because of all of the traffic, in me trying to get to the restaurant, I was 5 streets away from picking up the food and it canceled on me. Not only did I miss out on the fare for it, but I also missed out on my cancellation rate because it added 2% more to my cancellation, and that makes me sad. Then I had 2 restaurants that were closed that I had to contact support for, and they weren't going to cancel those cancellation rates because they did do one. Forgive me. They did cancel one of them, but they didn't cancel the other one. So now I have more cancellations than I had wanted. I don't think it's right that you get dinged for traffic. It's not your fault that there's traffic. And I don't think it's right that you're dinged for restaurants being closed. I don't understand why the app or the company says that they'll reimburse you for the time and the miles and stuff should you get there and not be able to pick up the order. That's not right. So that's a bummer. I don't know how that is right. If anyone else can tell me, then that would be awesome. I know it's probably they're just trying to fix out the kinks of the app. Who knows? But it's not a look. Just so you know, I do have the live that's continuing only because I can't get it to turn off. I've already tried. But for some reason, my phone's not trying to exit out. So I'm going to give it another go. Yeah, it's not letting me. I have to say, where I left is total mayhem down there. I was down by one of the beach cities. I don't know who designed it, but I guess they thought it would be a good idea to design the streets and the roads that way. I guess they didn't have the forethought to consider they didn't have the forethought or the to consider the traffic or the issues that might arise from being on such a great location. I just waved at an elderly man that was to my left. He smiled. That was nice.